Hello, welcome to Airing Out. I'm Josh.
And I'm Jonas.
This is Jerry, and today he is ready for the sun.
He is a surfer, Jerry.
It is hot.
Hot.
Very, very hot.
Hot.
Yeah, like, really.
Who else is hot? I was talking to people out there, but sure, George.
Well, I presumed it was a compliment directed towards me, but that's okay. No, it's hot. We're recording this on our fancy new software. So if this video is great quality, you'll know why, and if it's terrible quality,
you'll know why.
Catastrophe update, we got a nice new 8TB drive yesterday.
Oh, yes.
And the wrong one arrived, which was actually the replacement for the one that we got that was broken. So
the replacement is not the replacement.
There's 2 working days before we hear from them, so that'll be probably Wednesday because it's the weekend. Nightmare. But that's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. We've appeased ourselves. I got a nice spam email from Cineworld. Which, if you don't know, is a UK cinema chain.
Yes.
And they sent us a list of 30 days of film. So I think their thing was like you have to watch them, but we thought we'd instead answer what our 30 days are.
I'm not sure if it's
like
you
clear.
should watch them, but it's definitely like one of those challenges that have been going around.
My Cineworld newsletter. While we wait to reopen our doors, we're here to fill that Cineworld-shaped hole in your life from our hashtag 30-day film challenge to brand the new Tenet trailer, which is the new Christopher Nolan film. Scrolling for latest. I don't really know what it is, but it's like you'll see. You can play along and you can tell us what your picks are, but we don't know each other's picks.
Yes.
So
no, but this is definitely stuff that people have been doing on Instagram with like music, like your song for this and whatever. I don't know, that it definitely sparked like a quarantine thing.
Something.
Which is weird because everyone's just like, oh, I'll share stuff about
myself. To be clear, these aren't our favorite films. So some of them were like favorite movie in space, but some of them are more general.
Yes.
And
so it's just name a film.
Name a film that has a number in the title.
I think we can explain that though.
Yes, we can talk through. Also, we've allowed ourselves TV series, and we are not allowed to have the same film multiple times, but we are allowed multiple films from the same franchise,
which is a really difficult.
Yes. So I had to go back and like rejig ones. I'm like, okay, this is what I want here, but it's not. It's better placed here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So this took quite a long time to get done. Yeah. But I think we'll get started.
Yeah.
Number 1 is the first film that you saw in the cinema.
Right. I don't know, because like if I open, I've got it on my.
You've got it on your laptop.
So if I open,
this is why I said, because I was like, I'll do it on my phone. You know, that makes sense because then it's just right here.
Okay, and
Josh is like, oh,
I'm just gonna.
I just won't. Yeah.
There.
And you knocked your cup. I told you. His cup's here next to my nice keyboard. And I was like, you've got to watch that. I'm pretty sure it's right next to my keyboard.
If you heard my laptop knocking on my cup,
now this is...
then you can comment below.
Now we're using some fancy tech that ignores all background sounds for this as well. So you should hopefully only hear our voices, which means you shouldn't have heard that cup. Also, you shouldn't hear me place my cup down here.
Oh, that's very silent though.
Yeah, but I did it because I didn't want to peek anyway. But
wow, we're so fancy.
Fancy. Anyway, your first film that you saw in the cinema.
You start.
Okay, so I have 2 for this.
Oh.
So the first
got to choose.
Well, this is the thing. So I phoned my mum because I was like, I don't know. I remember the first film I remember seeing in the cinema was Star Wars Episode 3, but that's not one of them. Apparently, the first time I ever went to the cinema was in 2002 to see Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones.
Yes.
But my mum recalled a very funny story. You know what mums are like; they just chat away.
Yeah.
Where she was seeing X-Files in June 1998, which, if you know me, is 4 months before I was born. And apparently, she had to leave the cinema because I was kicking so much at the intense music.
In
the film. So she was like, "That would be my first cinema experience."
Right.
Was the X-Files movie? Which, to be fair, I watched all those TV shows growing up.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I was like, okay, cool.
Your first
I didn't know that.
cinema-going experience was jamming out to X-Files. That's great. I too had to phone my parents, or like obviously because
we don't remember it.
Don't remember, and apparently it could be one of many films, but it was probably The Iron Giant.
Okay, and that's nice.
Yeah, it's a very nice.
With like your siblings.
Yeah, probably because it's like we were in America and they had like Mondays you could go watch these films or like a selection of films for whatever, like a special Monday screening stuff. And so it was probably one of them. Yeah.
Good film.
It is a good film. Yeah.
No, fair enough.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, nice. Number 2. A film that you watched over and over again as a child. Take it away.
Yeah, I'll do this one first. This is again one of the, like, it's a selection of films because growing up we watched a lot of VHS films that we got in America, so a lot of Disney stuff,
For
like
you millennials out there, VHS is like videotape.
tapes, yeah, like
Yeah.
cassette stuff. So we had
Which does
like
occur to me, we're probably the last age group to have VHS.
to actually have had that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, a lot of Disney films, Mary Poppins.
Okay, nice.
We also had The Matrix. So the first time I
You're
saw
sitting there at 6, like.
the first time I saw The Matrix was on VHS, which
Nice,
is a
yeah.
pretty cool experience. Like I don't know, I felt much closer to the people in the film. No, but number
Okay.
2, a film that I watched over and over again as a child, will have to be The Rescuers Down Under.
I have not seen that.
Yeah.
Or heard of that. What is it?
Yeah, it's an animated film, and apparently there's a cartoon series about these mice that just operate as the rescuers.
Yes.
And then this is a film about them going on a rescue mission, helping this boy out who's been caught by, I don't know, this dude who hunts down animals, special animals. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I have seen this. That's going way back.
Oh, absolutely.
Incredible.
What's his name? Jody?
Oh, I couldn't tell you a thing
Jody.
about this.
Oh,
that's cool. Sorry, I just googled it.
Gerard and Bianca are the mice.
There. That's like, there's this one, I think it's Disney film, but it's like a detective. It's super dark. It really creeped me out as a kid.
Yeah.
But for the life of me, I have no idea what it is.
A detective.
I don't know. Like, I want to say it's like the Alley Cats, but it's not. I know it's not. But like, I don't know. But I just remember being it's really dark and creepy, and as a kid, it really creeped me out. I will have to do some internet digging. Fair.
How about your number 2?
So my number 2, I had the outfit with the big blue tail to match. It's Monsters Inc.
Wow.
Yeah, the Sully onesie that I used to wear all the time as a kid.
Damn, that's a good pick.
Loved that film. And I remember seeing it. It was right after I left school. It was very well timed on the producer part. Monsters University. And it is a really good university film. And I saw it with my mum and I was like, yeah. It's really well done. Okay. It's definitely one of those sequels where you're like, no, this makes sense.
That's a good sequel.
Yeah, it's so much like Toy Story 3, where it's like, okay, the kid's grown up and he's getting rid of the toys now.
Yeah.
And that hit right at the timeline where all the Toy Story 1 kids are growing up to get rid of their toys. It's the same. So Monsters University is a prequel, but it came out just the right time that everyone that grew up with Monsters Inc. was going to uni.
That makes sense.
It's really, really well done.
That's smart. Cool.
A film that made you laugh out loud. For me, we watched this quite recently. It's gonna be Hot Rod. Which is the guys from Lonely Island, the band, Andy Samberg and co.
Yeah.
And he's a stuntman, and I think it's just a bit stupid laughs, but it always makes me laugh. Always cracks me up.
I almost put a film down that we also very recently watched. So it was almost, was it Rock and Roller, where I laughed out really loud for a good 2 minutes straight, just at the same joke. Like I laughed at the same joke like 2 minutes straight.
Which one was that? Do you remember?
I don't remember, but it was just such an off. You know, it wasn't meant. I don't think it was meant to be like.
I don't think it was meant to be hilariously funny, but
it just happened. It just came out of left field and was just so on point, funny, and in the junkie. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. But no, I actually put down Kung Fu Panda.
Okay.
Because I have this very distinct memory of like watching it as a kid and being like, oh yeah, I enjoy it. But then I finished high school and just had a period of a couple of months that were summer holiday, but not summer holiday because obviously there's no extra year of high school afterwards. So it was just months of where I didn't quite know what to do. Generally, just kicking about at home, and so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go and select a movie, and it was Kung Fu Panda, and I enjoyed it so much, and especially that last fight. I think it was him just tumbling down the stairs in slow motion, and just the noises of his belly like a inflated balloon, just going like. Boing, boing. I don't know.
It's
That's
got to you.
yeah. That
Nice.
that
Fair
one
enough.
definitely got to me.
Fair enough.
Made me laugh out loud.
Fair. I'm not a huge fan of Kung Fu Panda. I
I'm
must
not a
admit.
huge fan.
I don't know. I think I caught it late. That and The Incredibles.
Uh-huh.
I just don't think I was the right age for when I watched them. I was kind of over it, and then was like, I don't know. It didn't do anything for me. Like, so when, like, I think I missed The Incredibles, and then caught it 2 years later, and was like, yeah.
Okay.
And Kung Fu Panda was even later. I think it was like 5 years after it came out. I saw it for the first time, and it
Okay.
was just like, I mean, I was a teenager. I was like,
Yeah.
You know.
I was actually surprised that I still enjoyed it.
So
At
late
8,
on.
yeah, with like 18 years.
Curious. Well,
that's that.
Number 4, this definitely Cineworld were clutching at straws for this one. A film that starts with the.
Shall we say both titles at the same time?
Okay, we've got the same thing.
1, 2, 3.
The
Revenant.
The Revenant?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to save The Gentleman for something that.
See, I had The Gentleman for a film that made me laugh, and then I moved it because I was like, oh, it's right there.
I mean, there are so many films.
There's a lot of films. Yeah, I do wonder if we have any overlap. I'd be really curious. I think we will. There's 1 or 2 that I'm like,
probably the same.
Films,
maybe not at the same. Maybe not in the same position.
Maybe not at the same time. The Revenant, or is it me? I can't remember. Okay, The Revenant.
Yes.
It's a good film.
I think it's a good film. Like, yeah, it's a very strong film.
I think I've only seen it twice.
I think I've only seen it once.
Wow, that left a big impression.
In cinemas, yeah.
Okay, fair. I mean, that's a good film to see in cinemas, to be fair.
Yeah.
Pretty.
No, I don't know. I mean, they do hype it a lot for like, oh, they went out and shot it and stuff, and you're like, okay, then why isn't documentary filmmaking a much bigger thing than what it is? But yeah, I guess it is a different struggle to have an entire team of that size be out in
I think for me it was, and that's the one that Leo got an Oscar for, right?
Yeah.
He's not that good in it.
But I think that's also part of it. Like, some of the reasoning why he got an Oscar for that.
Because he didn't get one for Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah,
and anything else.
No, but the whole thing, like, oh, he ate raw fish or like a heart. I'm like, yeah,
that's not what acting is.
Yeah,
you're acting raw.
Yeah, like if that's what it takes to be an Oscar-worthy performance, then a lot more people just do random stuff.
Yeah,
you know, if it's like, okay, in American Pie, that guy, I don't know which one, but it's like he eats a piece of dog poo with the ring in it to whatever. But like if he ate actual dog poo, and they will be like, oh, that's Oscar worthy. No, it's not. No, it's not.
You remember American Pie a lot better than me, apparently.
I think that's just a very distinct memory of like eating dog poo.
Oh man. No, for me, because I really like Tom Hardy. He's one of my favorite actors for sure. And I really like Wolf of Wall Street, and I like Leonardo DiCaprio's performance in that. And then it was like, no, this is the film that got an Oscar, and Tom Hardy's in it, and both of them are fairly. Like the film is just about the world, essentially, the frontier.
Oh yeah.
So I think I was a little disappointed. I went in with the wrong expectations, which is a problem. And that's also, I would say, not just my fault, because you should go into a film with zero expectations, of course. But the marketing department for that film, I think, made some errors.
Yeah.
So watching the trailers and then all the hype around the performances, and you watch it, and you're, that's not what this film's about. Mistake.
Slightly.
Mine's is The Gentleman, which we watched in cinemas in January.
Yes.
When it came out.
And
we watched it last week.
Rewatched it.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
I'm not going to talk about this one too much because we do have a Guy Ritchie retrospective coming up. This week has been hell for technology problems. But it is coming. We watched all of his films, or most of them.
Yeah, definitely not all
of them. Like a week ago. It is
sadly.
All the good ones.
We'll get there.
But I thoroughly enjoyed The Gentleman. I was actually going to watch it again today, when just this afternoon we were waiting for parcels to arrive, and I was like, yeah, I might put it on, but I decided not to. We had other stuff to do. But like, it's hilarious, it's fun, it's expertly written and brilliantly based. The next one. A film that is underrated in your opinion. What you got for us?
Underrated, not in the sense that is like it is very good, but I think it
gets a bad rap.
It gets worse of a rap than it should.
It's like Batman v Superman or something.
You can. No,
No, the way you said that was like airing up for that. I was like, really?
no, but I assume you could probably guess it because it has come up recently as
Is it
well.
King Arthur?
No.
Give me a genre at least.
No, it came up with
And
Fantastic.
oh,
Uh,
X-Men Origins, Wolverine.
not that one, but the same. There is the same actor in it.
Which actor? Who?
Nope.
Who else is in it? Oh, Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Good.
I got there. I got
didn't
there.
give you anything. No, Green Lantern
Pretty
is
much.
is one that I just enjoy um to a degree where I don't know. It's like so many people just hate it or say it's
Yeah, that's
terrible,
fair.
and I'm like, well, I don't care. I just enjoy it. So I think it's underrated in that sense.
Fair enough. Um, I think it's fine. Sorry, my blind is going a bit weird. If the lighting's changing, it's the
Yeah,
windows are open and the blind is waving about a little
because
bit.
it's just too hard to.
It's way too hot, especially with the two of us in this room. It gets hot very very quickly.
Yes.
Mine is. I wonder if you'll be able to guess. I don't know. I talk about it a fair bit. It's a Michael Bay film.
I don't know.
Okay, it's 13 Hours. The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. Terrible
Isn't
title.
it?
Yeah. So I think it's Michael Bay's best film.
Okay.
It's definitely my favorite of his. No one really
Interesting.
talks about it. It made $15 million profit.
Okay,
It's nothing.
fair.
But it is an exceptionally paced action film, I think. So like you spend a lot of time getting to know your heroes, and while you're getting to know them, it's not just random getting to knownness. They're actually kind of patrolling not just the world, but also the places where the fights are going to take place. So that you get the geography for the fights, and then when they do break out, they go from section to section. There's a lot of movement. It's not just in one static place. It's clear to follow. The characters are likable, and everyone's motives are clear. And I'm like, yeah, this is good. This is thoroughly enjoyable. It's not too like America, you know. It is based on true events. It's a really good action film. And whenever I'm kind of like just feeling some military action, but not in the mood to watch everyone die in Black Hawk Down, I'm like, yeah, this is.
Yeah. No, it's definitely not mindless action, so it's not something where it's like Rambo and you're just like, okay, shit is blowing up and stuff. But it's also done well in the sense that you get to know the characters and get to know the setting, so everything that's going on, so you do have a good understanding of like the action and the stakes.
Yeah, that's really good. And there's nice attention to detail, which, as someone that I guess, I mean, you play video games, everyone knows about guns these days. But like little things like, so RPGs shouldn't blow up to 50 meters.
Yeah.
They're just designed not to. So little things like, you know, the insurgents will not really know what they're doing and hit the ground and it'll bounce. And I'm like, yeah, that would if you shoot at 20 meters. Which is just nice. Like, it's nice to see definitely more thought's been put into it rather than Michael Bay's more bombastic films where he's like, ah, yes, this car is going to. And it's like, okay,
gonna flip 3 times.
Yeah, so I think it's underrated. No one really talks about it. The title's horrendously long. But yeah, okay. Right.
Next one. A film you put on when you feel sad. This is definitely one that I struggled with so much because this is like it sets the scene of like you are sad and you put on a film to cheer yourself up.
See, okay, so I went from this from a different angle.
Yeah.
So I thought about what I had watched when I was upset. So I guess the world knows now. But I've had a couple episodes of depression in the past, and I realized on the two of the times that it's happened, I have watched through all of Vikings in marathon order, like just back to back, and that's the 2 times I've watched through Vikings in entirety. And I was like, I guess that's my go-to sad show now.
Yeah.
Like,
oh man,
sure, but like, you know, it's fine. It's not super engaging to the point of like Game of Thrones, where I'd want to associate with something upsetting. So if I never watched it again, I don't think I care. If I, to be honest, I don't know if the last half season's out yet. Presumably not.
Haven't checked, no.
But like, I don't. Yeah. The show's not good enough for that, but it is engaging enough to be distracting, which I guess is what you want when you're feeling sad. So I
And
guess
it
that's
also,
fine
like,
too.
at least the first season starts off engaging enough to be like, yes, I do want to
I
watch
want
this,
to
and I can
continue.
watch this again.
It's definitely wasn't a
Hmm,
conscious decision, but I thought it through and I was like, no, that's probably
that's interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, see, no, well, I don't have one where I actually went to and watched that consciously as like, or
Some
subconsciously,
coaches say, of course.
unconsciously, um, watched that because I was sad or anything. And that's why it's like a film you put on when you feel sad. There's probably not a single one I have put on multiple times feeling sad and blah blah. And so I just went at it from like, okay, what from like excluding all the films that I had already put in place here, something I would still watch. I think that would cheer me up, and I landed on Superbad because
Good film.
that's just a film that would
Yeah,
be
yeah.
not dumb, but definitely not. I wouldn't have to be switched on. You know, I
No,
could
for
still
sure.
have my mind in a different place.
But
Um,
it's happy
but
in the
it's
background.
yeah, it's jokes, and I would enjoy watching that.
Fair. In terms of my film like that, then I'd say it would be Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Uh-huh.
Which is just it's not too engaging a plot, but it's if you're listening, it's funny.
Mhm.
Like it's quick paced and
Nice.
jokey. I do thoroughly enjoy Superbad too, though.
Yeah, I do. I think a lot of people would also put down sad films. Like they are
So you're
sad,
saying
and
that
then they
like
put
you could be upset and watch Schindler's List and then jump off a building. Like, why would
right.
you do that to yourself? Like, what's the point?
No.
I don't get it when people are like trying to make themselves sadder. It's like if you're upset and you listen to upsetting music.
Mm,
I'm like, of course you feel worse. Like that's just silly.
yeah,
Like at
you
least
definitely.
listen to or watch something neutral.
Mm,
So like put on a like Brooklyn Nine-Nine or The Office or something like that.
mm,
It's definitely not gonna make you any happier. Like
probably
on
not.
um uh higher level, I guess.
Yeah.
Rather than just like laughs for the sake of laughing.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not gonna make you any sadder.
That's true.
No, for sure. But I
Mm.
think that's definitely the way to go about it. If people watch sad films and they're sad,
And it's definitely not rom-coms. I think that would also be a go-to for a
always
lot of
so
people.
depressing.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Oh, maybe that's actually the thing where people they're sad because they're like heartbroken or something,
Yes,
and then
they'll
they
watch
watch
a
a rom-com
rom-com.
because like, oh, there is a happy ending even after a
Oh,
heartbreak.
you're gonna be in trouble there.
Yeah.
Oof.
Don't take it from rom-coms, guys.
Don't.
It's probably not how things will go.
Not even rom-com, but just rom, where they actually get on the whole way through.
I don't know if that would make for an engaging.
That's the thing. Well, with life though, hopefully,
Yeah, I don't know.
like you meet someone, they go, "Oh yeah, no, they're really nice. Let's do it a bit. Go
Hmm.
out, marry." Where there's nothing, there's no huge conflict related to that. Like you can have
No.
conflicts in other places and have that
Maybe.
put strain on them, but not. They always like fall out, or it's someone like
The only thing that I can
chasing.
think of right now, but I'm not sure if that's true because I don't quite remember the entire plot, would be About Time, where the conflict comes from somewhere else, not the relationship.
Yeah.
But it's also not a rom.
Or a com.
Yeah, I mean
It's just
it is definitely a romantic film because
yeah.
it's like about
Is that the one with
he's-
Donald Gleeson? Irish boy,
Mhm, mhm.
Ginger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good actor.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
If you have any other roms where people don't actually fall out,
Yeah.
comment them
I
below.
also do think though that's why, not just so I think funnier films are when characters are funny in a different genre. So say like an action film, there's a funny character in it,
Mhm.
or I think romances
Yes.
are better in other genres because usually if it's not like a plot, it's just these two people like each other, then
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, there's chemistry there. So
Yeah.
even like we watched Sherlock Holmes recently for our Guy Ritchie thing, and I think the chemistry between Irene Adler and Sherlock is palpable.
Yeah.
Like they definitely like each other.
Yeah.
And that's there. And it's not a huge thing for the plot and whatever, but it's there. And if they made a hour-long miniseries of just them going on dates and having laughs together, you'd be like, sure.
Trying to outplay each other.
Yeah,
That
but in
could
a
be
fun way.
interesting,
That
but
could be
yeah.
fun, yeah.
Yeah.
But
It would
I'm
definitely
not surprised
be
it's
the
not
same
made.
Yeah.
Because it is just a bit boring. Because if you actually like each other, there's not much to really go on there.
Yeah.
Oh well,
It's true.
interesting though. So, a film you love to see on the big screen.
A film that you would like to see on a big screen. Like my mind went straight to probably something I've seen on TV
Okay.
that I would want to see on a big screen.
Like a TV series.
maybe,
Interesting.
but I didn't like that was way too hard because I don't think there are any like TV films that I would actually want to see on a big screen. Or like
Maybe the last
series.
couple episodes of season 6 of Game of Thrones. Like they're
Hmm.
very cinematic.
Yeah.
But that's not where I went. I went to What Did I Miss?
Okay.
So like,
Oh, something you haven't seen.
yeah, and worse than that, probably something I will never see in the cinema.
Yes. Very good. Yeah.
The
Same.
the director's cut of Lord of the Rings.
Oh yeah! Wow.
Yeah, because
Good.
even if they put Lord of the Rings back in cinema, it's probably going to be the theatrical version.
Mm.
I don't. I think it'll be hard pressed unless you paid a cinema to do it.
Mm.
Um,
I'm sure they would have done it for when The Hobbit came out. They would have had like
there was a triple billing.
yeah. Wow, that's true. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Woo.
So yeah, that was my one.
No, but I actually
extended
ended up
editions.
going there as well. And also because of what you said a few days ago, and that was Mad Max Fury Road. Because I had
Saw
actually
plane.
I had only seen Fury Road while I was on a plane, and that's obviously very very different experience from
Yeah.
a cinema.
Not how you want to see it.
Yeah, so I would be
Fair enough.
quite interested to see how that looks on.
Big screen. It's pretty. I can tell you that. I call that in the cinema. It's pretty.
Yeah.
Oh man, right. Favorite film set in space.
Oh, this is really hard.
So I went. This is one of the ones I changed because I
Yeah.
had to move a film from elsewhere to it.
Yeah.
But I landed on Prometheus,
Mm-hmm.
which is the prequel to Alien
Mhm.
that I watched knowing that it had nothing to do with Alien.
Nice.
So this is again, if you go in thinking prequel to Alien, you're going to be very disappointed because there's no alien in it. Spoiler.
Spoiler, yeah.
But like if you're there to see Xenomorphs, which is the alien in Alien,
Mm-hmm.
they're not there.
Okay.
But from a philosophical standpoint of creation and where do we come from, it does a really good job of not only presenting that question, but actually unwrapping it in a lot of detail to the point where you could do a PhD on it, no problem.
Nice.
I think it's really good. It's horrendously pretty. Michael Fassbender in it is, I guess, one of my favorite performances of him. I just really like the film.
Okay.
I did take a bit of coming to for that one though, not gonna lie.
I have not seen it, so I think I still have to. I mean, I haven't seen any of the Alien films, so it's definitely something I still need to get to and want to get to for sure.
What was your favorite space film? If not one of the Alien films?
My favorite film set in space, well, partially set in space.
Yeah, I was gonna say Prometheus is also partially set in space, but
Partially set in space. It is called Traumschiff Surprise. It is a German film. It is a parody of, well, it's a mix of like Star Trek, and there's also elements of Star Wars in it, but it's like a parodying all these like spacey films, and it is incredibly hilarious.
Fair enough. I've never even heard you talk about it.
Yeah. No, it's a good.
Is it like a kids film or?
No, well, I would say it's more of a family film.
Family film.
Yeah.
Humor for all ages.
Yeah, but it's very very.
Is there an English subbed version of it?
I'm pretty sure there would be by now. I'd have to check. I'd have to check. No, but it's like it's one of the biggest films in recent German.
Oh, when did it come out?
Not if you exclude the last 5 years, just because cinema has been much bigger, but like it's pretty big.
When did it come out? In the past.
Yeah.
Nice.
Around the 2000s.
What is a soundtrack that gets stuck in your head?
A soundtrack that gets stuck in my head.
Yeah.
So I actually went with, because this could be many things, and I didn't go with a musical score. I went with the soundtrack, and so I landed on a musical,
of course,
rather than say something that has great musical themes in it.
Fair.
And this actually came up while I was still on the phone with my parents, and like as soon as I popped the question of like what I saw in my childhood, my mom's mind just stuck with that and just stuck with things I have seen in like as a child, and so she prompted this. But I think it's absolutely valid, and the film is The Prince of Egypt.
Okay, another one I've not seen.
Yes. It is not Disney, but it is a very Disney-esque.
Is it cartoon?
It is cartoon. But yeah, it's basically the story of Moses.
Makes sense.
And yeah, no, it has great music in it.
Great music in it. Well, we won't sing that.
Yeah.
Mine is Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So I think it was also a nice place to put it because I didn't want to waste other ones that
Okay.
definitely have catchy themes, but not there. I didn't think about the whole soundtrack thing. Admittedly, my bad. I guess if I was going for soundtrack, I'd go 8 Mile.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because
Yeah.
obviously in the soundtrack, I obviously "Lose Yourself" is like the big song, but the actual 8 Mile track with it dun 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 dun, dun is like,
True.
but yeah. So I went Game of Thrones for its theme, and it needed to go in there somewhere. So
And you listen to a couple other things from like the season finale of
not just the main theme, indeed.
season finale. But
There's the season 6, episode 10, the
Yeah.
piano piece. And then I actually went to see the live show with Ramin Javadi,
Mhm.
the guy that composed it in Glasgow a couple of years ago now, I guess.
Yeah.
Right before season 8 was airing, so a year ago.
Nice. Yeah.
But it was really cool to see him perform it because there's also not many movie themes that you can see performed by the person that composed them anymore. So you're never going to see John Williams. You might catch Hans Zimmer if you're willing to chuck out a ton of money.
Yeah.
But it was really cool to see. So they went for like everything. So like, the Red Wedding and the North Remembers
That's
and all these
cool.
films. And they even had stuff from the unreleased things as well. So they had
Okay.
the White Walkers when they're marching up to Bran
Uh-huh.
in season 8, which wasn't out yet, which was really cool to hear.
That is really cool.
That was.
Oh yeah,
that's good
because then you
performance.
like get a glimpse of what it could feel like
Yeah.
watching.
And for
next
all of
season.
season 8's flaws, the music in it is still really good. Like
Yeah.
Jenny of Old Stone stuff.
Madness.
Good music
That is
in it.
cool. I would like to do that.
Yeah. Well, we were
Listen to
gonna
that.
go to a concert
That was true.
a month or two ago, but obviously Corona. But
Obviously.
alas.
Oh man, this next one is a really hard one for me. It's a film that is also a book where you loved both versions. So I really struggled with films that I had seen, films that I had seen and read the book.
Okay. See, I had a few in my mind, and I
Yeah.
checked my bookshelf, and it was obvious to me.
Okay.
Like immediately, because it's my favorite book.
Okay.
Do you know what it is?
No, but is
Okay.
it The Witcher?
No.
No.
The book's fine. The Witcher. It's The Road by Cormac McCarthy.
Oh no, I didn't know this.
It's a Viggo Mortensen movie,
Uh-huh.
and I think it's one of the few films I've seen where the movie is just as horrible as the book. So
Oh,
but it's this
okay.
post-apocalyptic, but in it, it's presumably never clarified, but it's probably a volcano
Mm-hmm.
that's ashed the sky,
Oh,
and the
okay.
people are scrounging, and it's very much humans against humans, and
Mm-hmm.
actually on human nature and discourse.
Okay. Wow.
And the book is grim, like it's pretty nasty. But in like a really nice way, like because you're following I don't even think it's his father, but a boy and an adult, and he's kind
Yeah.
of keeping the boy safe. And I watched the film, and usually with these things, you kind of go, okay, it's not going to be as good, or like Boy in the Striped Pajamas was another one that popped in my head, and I was like, oh, they're both all right.
Yeah.
But this was just horrible to watch
Yeah.
in the best kind of way, and I was like,
Yeah.
this
That's
both
good.
have left a big impact on me for
Yeah.
sure.
See, I was definitely stuck with like obviously things that I had read as a kid, and I was like, okay, Harry Potter, the Hunger Games series.
That did pop into my head too. I was like, I can't put that on the list.
And I think the lesser of the evil, which is my pick, is Ender's Game, which is
okay, that rings a bell.
Is a really good book, but like the film is okay. Like it doesn't do the film the book justice, which is a shame. But like it's an okay film.
That is right. Who's in it?
The main character is Asa Butterfield. Whatever his name is.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, I did. This is a funny story. Maybe funny. I don't know. I did do the very initial e-casting for that role.
There you go. So that's why you like it. You're like, it could have been.
Well, I don't know if that's why I like it. I think that would be why I tend to no. That'd be a reason to not like it. No, but it was quite funny because that's I think the only like international where they actually just chucked out this.
There's anyone.
Yeah, anyone internationally can apply for this.
To be fair, like when you were young, I can see how you and Asa had similarities, like young, innocent. Now he's got the beardies. But whatever.
And he's 5 centimeters taller than me.
Is he?
That was a shame.
How do you know that? Why do you know that?
I just looked it up recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Not his height, but like I looked him up and it came
how
up.
tall is this guy that got this role?
Yeah.
Just email the producers like 10 years
know.
later, like, this is so ridiculous.
I looked him up recently.
Okay. What is a film that made you want to cheer at the cinema?
Also very difficult because I'm not a kind of person that goes
It's
like.
not a thing in the. This is weird because this is a UK cinema chain, so I was surprised to see this because it's not. You don't cheer in cinemas in the UK. It's not the
Definitely
thing.
not in Germany.
No. America, sure.
Yeah.
I've never been to a cinema in America, but it's definitely a done thing. You see YouTube videos of it and stuff.
Yeah.
What was it?
Well, this is quite like I have cheered for sure, and the film is called Balloon.
Okay.
And I cheered because it was the premiere of the film.
Fair.
And it's a film. It's a true story about people fleeing East Germany using a hot air balloon.
Oh, fun!
Which is crazy. Like the story itself is crazy, and the film is really, really good. Like it starts off like running. So
Nice.
It's intense from the very first minute, and it's a great story, especially now with like, okay, this divide, and we don't want that anymore, and stuff. So yeah, it's a very hopeful story. It was a good film, and it definitely deserved.
Clap at the end.
It definitely deserved my my cheering.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fair. Mine. I've never been to like a big film's premiere. I must say, I've been to a couple of indie films, but it was the midnight screening opening on a Thursday. I remember. For Star Wars Episode 7.
Wow.
In the best cinema in Edinburgh by far. And it was packed. I've never seen a cinema like it.
Damn,
I mean, so I've been to Gamescom in Germany a couple times, and that kind of thing is like 500,000 people in this tiny trade center, and it was like that in the cinema.
That's cool.
There was just people everywhere, like it'd be a Corona nightmare.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
But yeah, everyone was dressed up, and everyone was just really jazzed. I actually bumped into a few people there that you wouldn't expect to see at a midnight screening of Star Wars. But they were like, I think it's one of those things that brings everyone together. Yeah. You know, everyone's and that was the first time I'd seen a new Star Wars film in my adult life.
Yeah.
The last one was 2005. And I was really
That's
jazzed.
really cool.
So yeah, it was cool. Went with friends.
Yeah.
We definitely had a wee cheer at the start and then a clap at the end. Luckily, everyone was silent for the whole film, though.
Yeah, and no one put on their flashlight like at the beginning.
We can't quote that because swearing.
Yeah,
what would be good this one? But no, there's this great video of someone that keeps their flash on their phone in that film. You can have a look for it online if you. No, but I also did proceed. So I did say I saw Star Wars Episode 3 was the first one I remember seeing in cinema. I saw it 3 times. Because split family as a kid. And I wanted to continue that tradition. So I saw Star Wars Episode 7 times in the cinema.
Damn.
5 of which were in the first week, I will admit. Now, in fairness, I didn't go out of my way to do that though. So I saw it on opening night.
Get it 7 times.
So I saw it on the Thursday I guess. I saw it Friday evening with a different friend. Then I did actually have to swap out one of the tickets for the midnight screening because one of my friends couldn't go. So I went again with him on the Saturday. Then I went on the Monday. With just different friends from all over. You know, so I think when I went with my parents later on, and then obviously it was just around Christmas and the family came over and it's like, what are you gonna do as a family? We don't have to talk to each other. Watch Star Wars. So it did happen naturally last couple, but I definitely went out of my way to watch a lot that first week. Obviously 8 came out and it was terrible, so I watched that once.
I think I've only seen one film multiple times in cinema.
Really?
Yeah.
I've done that a few times.
Yeah.
What film was that?
La La Land.
Oh.
Well, that's also because I went with multiple people.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's the way. If someone goes, "Oh, do you want to see it?" You're like, "I've already seen it. It was alright. I'll go." Yeah, sure. Like this, somebody's also like, if you don't get popcorn, it's like what, £6? Like, you know, it's as long as you do something after.
No, it was social. I was abroad and it was my birthday, so it was like, oh, for your birthday we're gonna go watch a film, and then I was home and my girlfriend wanted to watch it with me, so I was like, okay. And then I went home to my parents, and they were like, yeah.
Oh, you watched it 3 times.
We should we want to see the movie. Are you gonna join us? And I was like, you know what? Yes.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Right. Film that left you confused.
That left me confused. will definitely have to be Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Okay.
And that is for the sole reason that we watched it in English class and had no prompt to what that movie was whatsoever. And so our English teacher just put it on. He's like a proper cinephile, so he likes movies and he likes like good movies that are good because they're complex and like interesting and stuff and not mainstream necessarily. And like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is a very good movie.
Mm-hmm.
But like he just put it on and let us watch it, and everyone was just like, "What is this?" Because
it's all over the place.
It is strange.
It's two timelines at once.
And so yeah, I'm definitely confused, and I think I would have to watch it a second time to actually be prepared for what is going on.
yeah. No, fair. We actually also watched that in religious education.
Ah.
Or religious and moral philosophical education.
What?
Actually.
What?
RMPS. No, studies, not education. But it was much more prompted. We knew exactly what we were watching, and it's fine. My film, not now. I want to clarify this. Didn't really leave me confused, but I didn't see the ending coming, and that's all I'm going to say about this film. And it's brilliant, and you should watch it, and you should watch it too. It's The Prestige. Okay. It's incredible. I'm not going to talk anywhere about it because I know you've not seen it, and I want you to go in blind. Right.
Okay.
A film that made me want to travel.
Yes.
Is The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Oh.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
It's
I've
Ben
definitely
Stiller.
seen it. Yeah.
And
I've not seen it.
It's brilliant. It's really inspiring. It's a guy that's kind of stuck in a dead end job, and
cool.
One of his, he's kind of like I'll not get the whole plot away, but a co-worker of sorts, kind of tricks him into traveling the world on this wild goose chase, and in doing that, he actually finds his kind of outdoor spirit.
That's cool.
Adventure, and it's really good. Whenever I watch it, I'm like, yeah, I want to do something.
I want to see these places.
But yeah, what about you?
I had to put down Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Rings, because I did go to New Zealand and tour through it for an entire month, and there was an app of like film sites of Lord of the Rings, and so I saw Isengard, and it was extremely underwhelming because you're just like,
just the Tower of Orthanc.
Because it's not there.
It's not there.
So you just end up in like a...
Yeah, well, after Treatbeard knocked it down.
Exactly. It's just a clearing and you're like, sure, like, yeah, I guess. I think the marshes were definitely more interesting because you have like different plants obviously growing there. And obviously the Misty Mountains because we did drive through that landscape for a couple of days.
Did you go to Rohan?
Yes.
Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Did you see the Rock?
No.
Oh, okay. They built Edinburgh on a rock.
Fair enough.
I hope you're looking forward to going back to New Zealand to do that exact same tour again with me.
I'm so down.
I'm gonna save up and just do it properly. None of this like, going on a tour thing or only seeing half locations. I'm doing everything.
No. I think it was quite nice the way we did it was just like going everywhere for a couple of days, so you got a good impression of everything that you saw, but definitely not a tour thing. I also didn't go to Hobbiton, so the Shire or whatever.
It's the event.
It cost over $200 just to go, and I'm like, I don't know.
It's beautiful. It's so innocent and happy, and it's always sunny there.
Honestly, after having seen all the landscape and being like, this is amazing, I didn't feel like I needed that.
Okay, well, we're seeing it all.
Okay.
To be very clear. Sure. We're even going to recreate the scenes when we do it. So, we're going to go to the river where, Arwen's facing up against the ring waves. No. And you're going to be, coming across.
See, I did the Tongariro crossing, which is the volcano that is Mount Doom.
Yes.
And so, while I was there, I just recorded myself doing, Mr. Frodo, I can't carry it for you, but I can carry you. And there's, 100 people around me. Who's this? Who's this?
Surely they know.
Yeah.
They're all sitting in line with a ring,
No, but I did feel a bit weird, but I just had to do it.
You have to do it. No, we're doing it all.
So that's definitely travel log.
Right. What is your favorite film from your least favorite genre?
So the first question, what's my least favorite genre? I just had to go with horror films because that's just films I don't tend to.
Yeah.
I don't go to and watch them. I don't not enjoy them. So, I do enjoy horror films when they are made well.
They're just never made well.
And so, definitely my favorite film of that genre is Cabin in the Woods.
Fair.
And
We
I
watched it
guess
quite recently.
because it is not a typical horror film, like
Yeah.
it is
It's a play on.
smart.
Fair
Very
enough.
smart.
Can you guess what mine is?
It's probably a musical. Is it Les Mis?
No, I don't like Les Mis that much.
Okay. Is it a musical?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not that hard. It's the only other good one.
Lion King.
No,
No.
I don't see that as a musical.
Okay. Oof.
Oh, okay, I thought you would have got this.
Maybe.
The best musical. Like the least musically musical.
Oh. Sweeney Todd. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, I am gonna get this.
See,
Yeah.
I was actually Les Mis popped into my head because I quite like the music from Les Mis. It's got more songs, but I was like, actually no, like
the film.
Sorry, I don't like Eddie Redmayne that much as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the plot I think is just superfluous junk that's really good in theater, but in a film where you've got what 3 hours, I don't know what the film is, but like
yeah,
there's stuff there that you can take an axe to and just go chop chop chop, and you've got a much tighter experience.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'm sure it's great
yeah.
in a theater production, but
I mean they
film,
are trying to develop a lot of characters, whereas like if you took them out and spent that time on these characters, it might do a lot more.
Yeah, and I think that's also a thing. Like, so a lot of people criticize books and book adaptations for like, oh, but they're missing this, this, and this. I think the key thing, and that's why, to be fair, Dan and Dave, the guys that did Game of Thrones, are very, very good at figuring out what's important in the book and taking that and incorporating characters into multiple characters into one.
Yes.
Or just missing stuff out completely and only getting the essentials. And if you read the Game of Thrones books, you'll know that there's a lot that can be stripped. I think that's really important. Whereas if you're taking stuff out and you're missing things, that's my problem with Harry Potter, is that there's just some things that don't make sense. And you kind of go, why? And everyone says, oh, but you have to read the books. I'm like, but I shouldn't have to read the books.
I shouldn't, yeah. This should be standalone, yeah.
More, like if I want more, then if you need more Game of Thrones universe, you can read the books.
Yeah.
And I think that's the same thing with musicals. If you have every song in there, no one wants to watch them. So I'm sure people do, but the same people that also want to see musicals in theater want to watch that.
Yeah, so why wouldn't
it's
you?
It's not appealing to a new audience.
Yeah.
And I think that's where Sweeney Todd does it for me. It feels like a good tight film. There's not too many characters, like no more than a normal film. Yeah. And the songs are there for a reason.
Yeah, they don't seem superfluous or
no, they're like it's them thinking stuff through, not just like we need a song. So
good. Yeah, that's a good choice.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, next next category. This is a tough one. A film that broke your heart.
Now this happened to me at a very young age.
Oh.
See, I was thinking about this. I was thinking stuff through and I was like, I don't know. And like obviously I always get really upset at the end of Lord of the Rings, but I wanted that for the other one, to be honest. And it's not heartbroken per se. But then once I figured it out, I was locked in. It's Bridge to Terabithia.
Oh.
That's devastating.
I don't remember much of it, I have to say.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay, and it's like 10, 20 years old.
Yeah.
But like, so I watched it as a kid, and it's kind of similar to the Spiderwick Chronicles in terms of
which I haven't seen, but yeah,
like I've read and seen. It's pretty good. But like, so there's this world across this river that you have to rope swing across.
Yeah.
I think the girl's a bit older than the guy, but definitely like cool and confident. And little me was like, yeah, I like that as a trait. I think most people like confident. And then she dies. The rope swing breaks and she drowns. And it is
oh, I don't remember that at all.
Sort of left field. And kid me watching this kid film was like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
No, I was kind of into this girl and like, she's dead. Why? This isn't how kid films. I don't know when that. I don't know. I'll just Google it. I watched it pretty much when it came out, 2007. So I would have been 9.
Yeah,
8, 9.
That's brilliant.
I was broken. I think I've only seen it once. I never want to watch it again. I'm probably wrong. I'm probably like they're probably not great characters written, but like
we should watch it again and you can be like, what the heck, you 8-year-old Josh.
No, I mean if you look at reviews, they're all quite like, wow, this is a kids film, and it's just. But then there's real life,
Yeah.
And then there's that whole thing of maybe there isn't another dimension or world, and it's just their escapism from crappy home life. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Oof, that hit hard, and I'm still not quite sure I'm over it, to be honest.
Right.
What about you?
This was also weird. Like, I wasn't quite sure how to go about it because obviously there are films that are very heavy and like difficult to swallow or like
Mm.
to stomach or something. But that's also not what I went for. I think there's only one film that I can remember actually getting um like a serious reaction out of me, and it's not the film at all,
Okay.
but it was the situation, and something in the film just triggered
Right.
something that I guess I had
You want to talk about?
yeah, so it was well, it's The Greatest Showman, and I watched it over Christmas well, not past Christmas, but the one before that.
Yeah.
And so that was about a month and a half after I had broken up with the girlfriend that I had for like 4 years, 4.5
Yeah, a long
years.
time.
So a very long relationship that had ended, and this is like, I don't know, it's only like a month and a half afterwards, and I mean, there's definitely some relationship conflict there, and I don't know, something in that film just triggered me, and it was like the film was over, and I just left the room, went to my own room, and just cried for like half an hour.
Right.
So it was such a weird thing because then my family noticed that I had left and I wasn't coming back for some time, and then my sister came down and was like, "Is everything okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I just needed a bit of time." And then she went, and then my mom came down and basically the same question. I was like, "No, I just need a bit of time. I don't know. I can't explain this right now." But yeah.
Yeah.
So that I
Fair.
think that's the
I think we'll agree that mine is more harrowing and difficult.
Yeah.
My 8-year-old crush ruined.
Yeah. Your 8-year-old film crush. No,
Yeah.
I don't know. But
No, I mean
that's
totally fair. Like when films just hit at that moment, or even I also think if you're um so distracted in a film
uh-huh.
from like everything that's going on, it's like in that situation, and
Mm.
then all of a sudden you just get a wee flick back to reality, and you're kind
Yeah.
of caught off guard.
Mm-hmm.
I often think that's
Yeah.
what can cause
So
it.
yeah, it might have been that that had been building up, and that was just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Fair. Now I think that is us halfway.
Yeah.
So we're gonna stop it there,
Oh
and
yeah.
we're gonna
Wow.
come back to the other 15 on Sunday.
Hey.
Yes, yeah, okay, got the rain here.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Um, yeah, it also means I'm gonna be able to check if this way of recording has worked,
That's
because
true.
I'd hate to do a 2-hour video
Mm.
and it not be there. Whereas if it's
Yes.
only we're at
That's nice.
53 minutes and a bit, so if it is that long, you'll know this is our first take. Um, but no, that's
That's quite fun.
this has been great fun. It's nice to get a bit of chat. If there's any of the films that we've talked about that you'd like us to go into more detail,
Yeah.
we do have a Guy Ritchie retrospective coming when everything decides to start working.
Or if you think we're completely mental.
Yeah, what
say-
if you're pick like what? That's not what you watch when you're sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe check out some of the films we recommend because they're all
Absolutely.
excellent.
They're all excellent.
Except Bridge to Terabithia and The Great Showman. Avoid them.
Yeah.
They're very harrowing. I mean, to be fair, The Great Showman's about someone abusing or taking.
Yeah, it's actually not a happy good film in that sense because the main character, as charismatic as Hugh Jackman might be, is a terrible person. So yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, no, we'll
that's
come
okay.
back to you with the other 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye. Seeing the future. Right, we're recording.
And
Hello, welcome to Airing Out. I'm Josh.
and I'm Jonas.
And this is Jerry, and we need to adjust our camera angle.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
No.
Yeah, well, Jerry's not in.
Well, that's the camera angle. That's always our camera.
Why is he not in this time? But he's always in before. He's the same. Oh, I'll adjust him.